If you talk to yourself, doodle constantly, or zone out mid-conversation, people probably think you're weird. But researchers, they think you might be smarter than 90% of the population. Let's get right into it. Number 1, doodling during conversations. You're in a meeting, on a call, or even in class, and suddenly your notebook turns into an abstract art gallery. Scribbles, spirals, stick figures fighting dragons. Whatever it is, you're barely looking at the person talking. But here's the twist. Doodling helps your brain stay focused. Researchers found that people who doodled during a boring task remembered 29% more information than those who didn't. Why? Because your brain hates doing nothing. Doodling keeps your mind just busy enough to block out distractions, like zoning out or doom scrolling. So while it looks like you're checked out, your brain is actually locked in. In other words, messy margins eat elite memory mode. Number 2, daydreaming a lot. You're staring out the window, zoning out mid-conversation, lost in a fantasy where you're the main character in a Netflix original. Sounds like you're wasting time, right? Not even close. According to neuroscience research, frequent daydreamers tend to score higher on creativity and problem-solving tests. When your brain drifts, it taps into what scientists call the default mode network, the same brain circuit used for memory, imagination, and abstract thinking. Basically, your brain isn't slacking, it's quietly solving complex stuff in the background. So if people say you're spaced out, just tell them, you're not distracted, you're doing advanced mental processing in cinematic mode. Number 3, procrastinating, but still pulling it off. You've got a deadline in 5 hours, so naturally, you clean your entire room, alphabetize your snack drawer, and watch 3 YouTube videos about productivity. Then, out of nowhere, you crush the task in one insane burst of focus. That chaotic cycle, it's called structured procrastination, and it turns out some high-performing brains actually thrive on it. When the pressure kicks in, your brain releases a rush of dopamine and adrenaline, forcing laser focus. Plus, putting things off gives your subconscious more time to quietly incubate ideas in the background. So yeah, it might look like you're just scrolling, but your brain is building a mental slingshot. And when it fires, boom, genius mode activated. Number 4, constantly needing background noise. You can't think in total silence. Whether it's lo-fi beats, white noise, or reruns of a show you've already watched 12 times, you need something playing in the background. And guess what? That doesn't mean you're distracted. Studies show that moderate background noise can actually enhance focus and creativity, especially for people with high cognitive engagement. The noise acts like a mental buffer, helping your brain filter distractions and get into a flow state faster. Think of it like audio scaffolding for your thoughts. Even Einstein was known to hum or play music while working on complex problems. So if you do your best thinking with a playlist looping, don't mute it. That might be your brain's favorite productivity hack. Number 5, talking to yourself. You're pacing around your room, having a full-on debate with yourself like you're both the prosecutor and the defense. Most people would call that losing it, but psychologists call it external self-regulation. Turns out, talking out loud helps organize your thoughts, manage emotions, and even boost decision-making. One study, people searching for lost items found them faster when they said the object's name out loud. It's like giving your brain a GPS with voice navigation. Einstein did it, so did Nikola Tesla. So the next time someone catches you arguing with thin air, just tell them, it's not madness, it's mental multitasking. Number 6, overthinking everything. You replay conversations in your head like reruns. You overanalyze texts and decisions. You treat picking a snack like it's a Supreme Court case. It might feel exhausting, but it could also mean your brain runs deeper than most. Studies show that overthinkers often have high verbal intelligence and stronger analytical skills. They're constantly scanning for patterns, predicting outcomes, and mentally simulating what-if scenarios. It's like their mind is always in beta testing mode. Sure, it can lead to stress, but it's also the same mental horsepower behind philosophers, strategists, and creative problem solvers. So yeah, your brain might be annoying sometimes, but it's also a 24/7 simulation engine for genius-level thinking. Number 7. Being super messy. Your desk looks like a disaster zone. Clothes on the floor, coffee cups from 2 days ago, maybe a snack wrapper stuck to your laptop. Most people call that chaos. But research says it might be a sign of a highly creative and intelligent mind. A study from the University of Minnesota found that people in messy environments were more likely to generate fresh, unconventional ideas than those surrounded by neatness. Basically, clutter doesn't distract their thinking, it stimulates it. It's like their brain thrives in the middle of the madness. Einstein's desk was famously cluttered. Steve Jobs, total chaos. So yeah, maybe your room isn't messy. It's just a visual brainstorm. And every genius needs a little clutter to keep things interesting. Number 8. Being a night owl. If your brain doesn't really boot up until 10 p.m. and you somehow do your best thinking when everyone else is asleep, you're not broken. You might just be wired for brilliance. Multiple studies have linked night owls to higher IQ scores, creative problem solving, and even better abstract reasoning. It's not just about when you sleep, it's how your brain prefers to operate. Night owls tend to be more curious, more introspective, and often do deep work when distractions finally go quiet. While early risers are meal prepping and journaling their gratitude, you're out here solving existential problems under LED lights. And no, you're not lazy. You're just on genius hours. Number 9. Obsessing over tiny details. You notice when a picture frame is slightly crooked. You rewrite a text 5 times. You'll spend 10 minutes fixing one sentence just because it feels off. While some call it picky or perfectionist, psychologists call it cognitive persistence. It's the ability to zoom in on micro details, spot inconsistencies others miss, and keep tweaking until things click. High IQ individuals often display this kind of behavior, especially in creative, technical, or analytical work. It's not just being extra, it's your brain refusing to settle. And yeah, maybe you re-edited your own Instagram caption 12 times. But hey, perfection is a process, and geniuses are built in the margins. Number 10. Talking to yourself. Again, but in third person. Not just, where did I put my keys? More like, you've got this. Come on, you can do better. Sounds a little unhinged, like you're narrating your own life. But according to psychologists, third-person self-talk is a powerful tool for emotional control. When you say your own name or refer to yourself like an outside observer, it creates a tiny mental gap, and that gap gives your brain room to think more clearly. It's been shown to lower stress, reduce anxiety, and even improve willpower in tough situations. One study found that people using third-person talk made less impulsive choices and handled pressure like total pros. Pro athletes do it before competitions. Public speakers do it before taking the stage. So if you're giving yourself pep talks in the mirror, don't worry, that's not weird. That's elite self-regulation with boss-level commentary. So if you've ever been called messy, distracted, too intense, or just plain weird, you're not broken. You're not failing. You might just be wired for deeper thinking, the kind most people don't recognize right away. Because here's the secret. Real intelligence doesn't always look polished. Sometimes it looks like late nights, chaotic desks, mental simulations, and entire conversations with yourself. And we only covered 10. There are dozens of other strange habits that quietly reveal high intelligence. So if you've seen yourself in any of these, stick around, subscribe, and I'll break down even more ways your quirks might be your greatest strengths. Or better yet, signs you're thinking on a level the average brain just can't reach.